Commander Zixathala of the Galactic Confederation's exploration vessel, Nebula's Grace had encountered many mysteries in her 3 decades of deep space reconnaissance. Yet nothing had prepared her for the anomalous readings emanating from the third planet of the Kepler 442 system, a world that, according to their records, should have been uninhabitable. "Commander," her science officer Veltaran called out, his 4 eyes blinking rapidly in distress. "The atmospheric composition is impossible. High oxygen content, traces of industrial pollutants, and electromagnetic signatures consistent with advanced civilization." Zixathala's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. The sector had been marked as unexplored for over 2 centuries, well before humanity's brief and catastrophic appearance on the galactic stage. The humans had emerged from their backwater system barely 50 years ago, spread across a handful of systems with reckless abandon, then vanished just as quickly during the Great Silence, a mysterious event that had cut off all human colonies from each other and the broader galaxy. "Initiate standard first contact protocols," she ordered, though something deep in her genetic memory urged caution. The Confederation had strict guidelines about approaching potentially dangerous civilizations, especially after the lessons learned from humanity's violent expansion. As their ship descended through the atmosphere, the scope of what they discovered defied all conventional understanding. Sprawling cities stretched across continents, but they were unlike anything in the Confederation's architectural databases. The structures seemed to grow organically from the landscape itself, twisting spires that pulsed with bioluminescent energy, connected by what appeared to be living bridges that shifted and adapted in real time. "By the void," whispered Veltaran. "Those aren't buildings. They're alive." The landing party, consisting of Zixathala, Veltaran, and 2 security specialists, made planetfall in what appeared to be a designated area. The moment their boots touched the ground, the earth beneath them shimmered, and they realized they were standing on a vast sentient organism that was analyzing their presence. They were greeted not by the bipedal forms they expected, but by beings that defied easy categorization. Humanoid in basic structure, yes, but their skin held an opalescent quality that shifted between organic flesh and what appeared to be living metal. Their eyes were pools of starlight, and when they moved, reality seemed to bend subtly around them. "Welcome, travelers from the Confederation," spoke their apparent leader, though his mouth never moved. The words formed directly in their minds, accompanied by images and emotions that conveyed meaning beyond language. "We have been expecting you for quite some time." Zixathala fought to maintain her composure as her universal translator struggled with the psychic communication. "I am Commander Zixathala of the Galactic Confederation. We come seeking knowledge of this world's inhabitants. Our records indicate this system was uninhabited." The being's expression, if it could be called that, conveyed something that might have been amusement. "Your records are correct in a manner of speaking. This world was uninhabited when we arrived. We were human then, or believed ourselves to be." The revelation struck the landing party like a physical blow. These beings claimed to be human, yet they bore no resemblance to the aggressive, tool-using species that had briefly terrorized the galaxy before disappearing. "Impossible," Veltaran stammered. "Humans are extinct. The Great Silence was not what you believe it to be," the being interrupted gently. "We were part of the human expansion, yes. Colony ship Prometheus launched from Earth in 2387, carrying 10,000 souls seeking a new home. We found more than we bargained for." He gestured to the living city around them. "This world was not empty. It harbored an ancient intelligence, a planetary consciousness that had watched civilizations rise and fall for millions of years. When we landed, desperate and dying from equipment failures, it offered us a choice: perish as we were, or evolve into something new." Zixathala's security team, raised their weapons instinctively as the implications sank in. You merged with an alien intelligence? We became partners, the being corrected, and suddenly the air around them thrummed with barely contained power. The overmind, as we call it, had been alone for eons. We offered companionship, and in return it gave us transcendence. We kept our memories, our emotions, our essential humanity, but we gained so much more. To demonstrate, the being gestured toward a barren patch of ground. Before their eyes, plants erupted from the soil, grew to maturity, and began producing fruit in a matter of seconds. The very air shimmered as fundamental forces bent to his will. The great silence, he continued, was our choice. We realized what we had become, what we could become. Humanity's gift has always been adaptation, but we had adapted beyond the need for conquest, for expansion through violence. We chose isolation to protect both ourselves and the galaxy. Veltarin's readings were off the charts. Commander, the energy signatures. They're manipulating matter at the quantum level. The power requirements alone should be impossible. Nothing is impossible when you merge individual will with planetary consciousness, the being replied. We are still human at our core. We love, we dream, we create. But we are also something the galaxy has never seen before. Zixathala realized the true horror of their discovery. Humanity hadn't died out or been defeated. They had evolved beyond the Confederation's ability to understand or control them. These beings possess the power to reshape reality itself, guided by human ingenuity and determination. "Why reveal yourselves now?" she asked, though she suspected she already knew. The answer: "Because the galaxy is changing, Commander. New threats emerge from the dark spaces between stars, entities that view all biological life as an infestation to be cleansed. The Confederation's conventional forces will not be sufficient." The being's form flickered, and for a moment, Zixathala saw overlaid images of cosmic horrors, vast intelligences of pure malevolence that consumed entire systems. "We offer alliance, but on terms you may find challenging. To fight what is coming, the galaxy's species must choose. Remain as you are and face extinction, or evolve as we have evolved." As their ship lifted off hours later, Zixathala stared at the readings that would reshape galactic politics forever. Humanity hadn't just survived, they had transcended into something that could either be salvation or damnation for every species in the Confederation. The report she would file would change everything. The lost human colony wasn't just alive, it represented the next stage of evolution, and the choice every species would soon have to make: evolve or perish in the darkness that was coming. Some discoveries, she reflected, truly should have stayed hidden, but it was too late now.